If you've ever had the feeling in the pit of your stomach that a guy you adore is testing you, well, you're onto something. Because men do test women, and a test is designed to evaluate something. The truth is that both men and women absolutely must evaluate one another to determine if there's a good match. Now, a man is typically evaluating if he should place a woman into one of two categories, either bedding or wedding. And if you've dated at all recently, you know that to most men, most women are in the bedding category, and they only want to sleep with them. But there are absolutely women who are so captivating, so alluring, that a man has to give her a ring. And once you understand in depth how a man evaluates you, you'll know exactly how to respond in a natural and confident way to ensure that he views you as the woman that he wants to commit to for the rest of his life. In this video, I'm going to break down 3 of the most common tests that men use to evaluate if a woman is marriage material. By the way, I'm Jason Silver, the dating coach for ambitious women, and this is my channel, Attract Great Guys. Every week, I break down the trends that ambitious women are using to attract high-quality men into committed relationships. If you want to join in and up-level your social skills and attract higher quality men, hit that red subscribe button and the little notification bell just below this video. Now let's jump right into it. Number 1 is the friend test. The friend test is used by high-value men who are looking for attractive, highly valued women. In this test, he's trying to determine how many single guys you have orbiting you in your social circle. Because a high-value woman will almost always have single guy friends who actually like them, but are just too afraid or intimidated to make a move. So it's not a question of if you have any guy friends. The real question that a man is trying to determine is just how many of these guy friends do you have, and is there actually a threat to him in the relationship? In other words, are you even aware that these guys like you? Here's the thing. Most men are not going to want you to have close friends who are men. Even if a man is completely secure with himself, he still needs to be sure that you're not intimately connected with other men around you. So men do want a partner who is socially aware, and he wants someone who can create bonds and connections with others, even other men. But we're competitive, we are ambitious, and men have a more Machiavellian view of other men, and they're gonna assume that other men around you are pursuing you, especially if he values you. The guy might ask you, he might ask you directly about your friends. He might ask you extra questions about the guys. He's gonna be observing very closely how you interact with them and how you speak about them. Ultimately, a man is hoping that you do have guy friends, that you show that you are valued by other men, therefore showing you are pre-selected as a high-value woman. He also hopes that you're a bit aware that these guys are trying to sleep with you, that he doesn't need to babysit you every second, and that you have healthy and strong boundaries. If a man flirts with you or hits on you or displays any other seductive behavior, it is wildly inappropriate for you to allow that friendship to continue while you're engaged in a monogamous relationship. And he's trying to figure out, are you aware of this, and are you going to set up the appropriate boundaries between you and the other man and do the right thing? Number 2 is the drama test. Men use the drama test to determine if you're gonna create dramatic situations that can put them at risk. For example, he may be worried that your behavior can put him at physical risk. If you get into an argument, maybe you get a little drunk, you get into an argument with another man, is he gonna have to protect you? Do you have jealous ex-boyfriends who harass you and he'll need to get involved? Do you get a little crazy when you're out partying and put yourself in situations where he needs to babysit you or take care of you and protect you? He might also be looking at emotional risks. Is he going to invest in you and be disappointed? In other words, when a challenge comes up, do you instantly feel victimized, or do you instantly blame others? Or are you a woman who's accepting responsibility for her own life, creating her own destiny? The drama test will reveal how much of a social risk it is to date you. Are you a gossiper? Do you make overly emotional and one-sided statements about others, or are you more thoughtful and considerate of multiple perspectives? Obviously, a man's reputation is important. He doesn't want to date some crazy dramatic woman who ends up character assassinating him all around, but I'm not saying that's you. But if he doesn't employ the drama test, then he's not doing a great job at evaluating his matches. He might be looking at how you treat others, how you talk about your past relationships, if you're loyal, kind, and considerate of others. What's your overall outlook? Are you an optimist or are you a pessimist? A man's evolutionary goal in life is to survive. That's number one. And then replicate as number two. Obviously, he can't replicate if he's dead. And the drama test is a test that he's giving to ensure that he has the best chance of survival. The fastest and easiest way to pass this test is to avoid victimizing yourself or blaming others. Focus on what you want, what your outcome is that you want, and speaking to what you want. I used the word boundaries earlier, and that could just be a vague word. It's what you are willing to accept and what you are not willing to accept and what you are going to do. Not what you expect of others, but what you are going to do. Are you the creator of your life and what you want? Or are you just waiting for some knight in shining armor to come and take care of you? Because if you're waiting for a knight in shining armor, you fail the drama test. You are someone who is placing unrealistic expectations on others, which can only result in you either being victimized or you blaming other people. And that is it. So be the creator, focus on what you want, and be sure not to blame other people when you're around it. The final test I'm going to review today is the personality test. If we are a cup, the bottom half of the cup is the personality, and the top half of the cup are all the skills and experiences that you can learn and adapt to. But that bottom half, who you've become as an adult, is very unlikely to change. Our personality is deeply, deeply embedded. And in reality, if you meet a man, he isn't going to change as much as you think or hope he will. So again, by the time you're an adult, the bottom half of that cup, it's pretty well filled up with the who that you are. You can certainly gain new skills, learn new things, have a spiritual transformation, but deep down, you are the who that you are. So it is important to take a good look at someone and ask yourself, is this the type of person that I want to spend the rest of my life with? And a man's going to be asking the same question about you. And that is why it's so important to be as real as you can be. Don't play games. Don't act or pretend that you're someone you're not. Because if you do a great job being someone else, there's a chance you can fool him. And that's the last thing you want to do. Who wants to end up 5-10 years into a relationship only to find out it's with someone different? You can end up with kids or other commitments which make it really hard to leave. That's why so many people stay in abusive or bad marriages. They're too afraid to leave. Being yourself doesn't mean being rude or unapologetic or pushy. It means being authentic and honest. The more you can display the who that you are, the more quickly you can repel men who aren't a good fit and attract men who are the perfect match for you. Don't be afraid to be polarizing. Don't be afraid to talk about the things that are important to you. Don't be afraid to push someone away, to turn them off by being who you are. The more that you can be polarizing, the more powerfully you'll attract the right man for you. I know you're hardworking and passionate, so it's time to take a look at your love life and demand exactly what you deserve. No more settling for a guy who won't commit to you just because he wants to keep his options open. I've worked with women all over the world who've come to me in tears telling me it is impossible to find a high quality man. And I see the pain and the frustration in their eyes when they tell me that they can't figure out what they're doing wrong. They've reached out to their friends, they sought advice from therapists, they read all the info they could get their hands on, but nothing seemed to work, except for this one single thing that I noticed in a few ambitious women that turned everything around in their dating lives. Now it's this. It's that they were willing to learn more about men and relationship dynamics until they became experts. And that's exactly why I spent 6 months making a detailed step-by-step program which covers my best dating tactics around love and dating and relationships. It goes deep into how to attract the right kind of man, how to make your dream man commit to you, and how to make men actually approach you. Now, if you want to learn more about it and be one of the first women in the world to access these new exclusive strategies, just click that link in the description. I call it the matchmaker's secret. Now, I'll warn you, the concepts in there are a bit controversial. I've already gotten some flack from it. It really does fly in the face of what 99% of the world thinks about attraction, which is why I'm not publicly posting this on YouTube. But don't worry, I know you can do this. You're a strong, motivated, curious woman who's gonna work hard until she gets what she deserves. And you do deserve a loving relationship, and a partner who cherishes you. I know that this is going to benefit your life, and I can't wait to see you find that amazing guy that you've always dreamed of. Just click the link in the description right now to learn more, and I'll see you over there. Thanks for listening, and be well.